Hello, hello. Welcome back. Today we're talking about 10 signs you are revealing too much about yourself and what to do about it. So, if you're new here, my name is Amanda, and we talk all things of how to empower and uplevel women and help them become the best versions of themselves, and live their best life. Like be their own dream girl and actually live the life they know is possible. So here we're all growing together, and today we're talking about a very important topic that, most people don't really follow, but if you follow these things, it will change your life, I promise, because it changed mine. And if you guys have watched my video on my story, you probably know that I was, not very self-aware or, all of those things that I'm working on now. And I had a big mouth, and I probably shared too many things that I shouldn't have. And, they weren't huge things because I was little, but still, not a good habit to take in your adult years. And if we've made these mistakes, we can always, fix them. Every day is a new day. So don't feel bad. So number one, and if I'm looking down, I have my notes. So number one, do not say your plans to anyone. Period. Like, just do not announce your plans. Like, don't be one of those people who say, post a move in silence quote, and then the next day they're posting their whole vision for their life, for the year, and everything. It's just because most people don't want the best for you. And I know that's not very fun to hear, but it is true. And I just want to protect you and your dreams and your thoughts because God has put those inside of you, not inside everybody else. So everyone else isn't going to understand them. And when you get other people involved, you just double up on the limiting beliefs, and most of the time they try to tear your ideas down because they don't fully understand it. So don't say anything before it's happened. So just do not say anything before it has happened. So this goes with everything. Like, don't count your chickens before they're hatched. Like, of course, you and yourself can get excited, but don't be just saying it to other people. Okay? So, number two, no need to share your opinions or advice. And oh my, was I the queen of that. I always, whenever I figured out something that was helping me, I wanted to tell the whole world about it. I had a lot of pen pals, I'd be telling all of them, my friends, mom and dad, like everybody. And guess what? No one really appreciated that. No one likes someone just like giving a whole bunch of advice to them unsolicited. You know what I mean? And these are all things that were helping me, but other people were not taking it the same way. And so just save your energy because I was always feeling very unseen and unheard. And that's because I was doing that. So now I just keep my mouth shut. Of course, keep your energy open, be loving and everything, but don't waste your life force energy of just talking and the other person not being able to receive it. So I channel this in a healthier way on my YouTube channel or my Instagram, where I can say what I'm thinking and what I'm learning and what I believe will help people because it's helped me. Because then no one is tied to listen to me. They're not stuck in a chair listening to me. If they're not interested, they can click off. If they are, they can keep watching. It gives everyone more free will. So, most people do not want your opinion or advice, even if they ask. And this is the weirdest thing ever. But even when someone's complaining about their relationship, about money, or whatever it is, or whatever you're an expert in, and they're complaining about it, so you take that as an invitation to give them advice and help them. Most of the time that backfires. They do not want that. They want sympathy and for you to agree with them, but they don't want any help on how to fix their situation. Most people are not like you and I. Like me, if I'm doing something, I want someone to tell me. Or if someone else has an amazing thing that could help me or that's really working for them, I want to know about it. But most people are not like you and me. So just remember that. So be slow to give advice, but quick to hear. But only listen to advice from people who are living it. So, like, don't get marriage advice from your single friend who cannot keep a relationship. Do not take money advice from someone who is not doing amazing with their money. Like, do not take health advice for someone who is not the epitome of healthiness. All of those things. Because wrong advice and taking it is some of the worst advice. So, and if someone is sharing something, let them. Like if they're just talking and sharing whatever, let them keep talking. Don't one up them. And I know this is super hard. Like we want to share our side, or if they went to Costa Rica and you'll be like, oh yeah, I went there too and I did this or whatever. Like, no, just let them be the star of the show, because most people really, really want that and they don't get it. So let them do that. And you had an amazing experience and everything. And you can share when it's appropriate, but don't be constantly one-upping. So, oh, and the other part of that is don't one-up them even with negative things. So like if they are saying that, oh, this has happened and this is happening and blah, 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 don't be one-upping in that sense of, yes, me too, this is happening and I lost my job and I'm having a hard time with money and my kids and my marriage and blah, blah, blah. No, do not one-up with that either. That only degrades you and the whole energy of the conversation. Do not do that, because that will only keep attracting more negative things. So let them, you can hold space for them to let them talk, and you just smile and agree and, oh, I'm so sorry, and leave it at that, okay? I see this happen with so many people all the time. Don't let yourself get pulled into it. Number 3, don't talk too much. Yeah, I know this is a hard one. So ask questions for the other person. Like, how was your day? Oh, that's interesting. Tell me more. What are your hobbies? What do you love to do? Oh, that is super exciting. Tell me more about that. Like be more like, asking questions about them. People love it because most people don't get it. All of us, we are most concerned with ourselves. So we want to be the ones talking, the ones in control, the ones sharing, the ones being listened to. But everyone is desperate for that. So be the one who is giving them what they need. Be the listener, and they will love you. You won't even have to do anything, and everyone will think you're the best person ever. It is really funny, but it's true. And really listen. Like when someone is talking, like really listen. Like be a good listener. Listening is not like trying to hurry the conversation along, or listening is not thinking about what you're going to say next while they're still talking. Like, no, just truly like be present in the moment. Like drop from your head to your womb space. Like just pretend you're living there in your stomach, like as far away from your head as possible. And that way people will feel that you are actually there with them. Because most people, you're talking to them and you can tell that their mind is somewhere else. They're not truly present, and that doesn't feel good. So drop your energy. The mind is always going to be busy chattering. So the easiest way is just to evade the mind and just drop into your body. So really try that. And number 5, a key point that I really love is always come out of a conversation knowing more about the other person than they know about you. Yes. So don't be just revealing information about yourself. Keep your mystery. I mean, of course, keep your loving, open heart so they're not seeing you as this like uptight, closed off person. So just picture hearts coming out of your heart. That will keep your energy open. And yeah, just be asking questions about them, really listening to them, let them talk, let them impress you. Don't be so worried about you impressing them. Worry about them impressing you, with everything. So always leave a conversation knowing more about them than they know about you. And this goes for safety also, because we want to think everyone's a good person, but we have to kind of more of like think that everyone is a scam artist instead, because that will help keep us safe. So don't show that, oh yeah, you're a scam artist, I'm going to be really like critiquing you. Like, no, just have that in the back of your mind so that you're alert. So you're not like just divulging like where you live and everything about yourself and your family and your home address and your bank address and your like social security number and like all these things that people do. That's absolutely crazy. Because I remember we were coming back from a trip and we were in a shuttle. So like to go to the airport, sometimes instead of driving, you can take a shuttle and you pay them. So we were coming back and no one knew each other in the shuttle. But there's this guy and this younger lady in the bus, and they just met because they were just like sitting next to each other, happened to be. And the guy said, "Oh, so how was your trip?" And that's all he said. And she just kept going about, "Oh, it was so good, and this is where I went, and I went to go see this family member, and this is where I'm going. Yeah, my home is over here." And I was like, what? Do not do that. Let him, if any, be the one talking like that. Do not do that. That can get you in really, really big trouble. Like if that guy was a bad guy, like most bad guys do not look like bad guys. You know, the ones that really hurt people out there, they can be some of the most charming, charismatic, good-looking people. So this isn't to scare you at all. Like never walk in fear, but just to be more aware of your mouth and yeah, keep it under subjection. So like always think before you speak. And I know this is hard. This is something that I fail at every day, but I'm still working on it. So now the next point is number 6, move in silence. Keep your mystery because it's an irresistible aura. Like everyone wants to know more about you. So think of Angelina Jolie in the beginning scene of the movie The Tourist. I believe it's free on YouTube. I haven't watched the whole thing. I just saw some clips. But in the train scene, she goes in and she's supposed to find a guy and make everyone believe that's her husband. And because someone is after her real husband. I don't remember the story. But anyway, she goes and finds this guy and sits next to him. And she doesn't just start talking or anything. She's really like laid back, super confident, like self-assurance to the max. And she's just sitting there and he's talking and she's just like, "Oh, really?" And then just like, "Mm-hmm." And then just looking away. And he's all being like, "Man, who is this woman?" You know? So, yeah, this is a really good point. Like she didn't feel the need to talk. So do that. And number 7, also don't be too closed off. You know, this is a problem that I have, is like don't be too closed off. Like yes, being aware of what you're saying, but still be friendly. You don't have to be closed off. Like if you see, you know, their energy, her energy in that scene, in that movie, like she isn't closed off and like really defensive and protective and guard up and everything. Like no, like you don't get those vibes. Like her heart is open. It didn't feel awkward or bad or anything. Like, but however, if you are saying anything and your heart center is closed and your energy is closed, people will think that you are cold. So keep your energy open. Keep your heart center open. And number 8, keep things to yourself. Your business ventures, like your plans, your dreams, everything. Because most people, even friends and family, will want to kill them, like drag them down. It's like crawfish syndrome. And don't trust anyone. Yeah. So you'll say that you want this job, like you'll be telling your friend circle that, oh, I want this job. And next thing you'll know is you'll find that your friend is competing with you for that same job, trying to take it from you. So this isn't to like add to the sisterhood wound that's out there where we're always trying to compete and push each other out and get the attention. Like, no, I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying to be aware so you don't instigate it in other people. So, like, don't be so trusting of people. Like, be sweet, but don't trust. So, like, act as if they are going to hurt you. Don't act like it. Like, just be aware. Like, you're seeing this brand new person. And be friendly and open, like we've always talked about. But treat them like they could do something to you, so that you're not just giving your whole life story and everything. Okay? And of course, most of the time, they're going to turn out to be absolutely wonderful people. But this will help keep you safe from the ones that aren't. But definitely keep your heart center open, because otherwise, if you close it off, you will only be attracting more and more suspicious people, who some of them would have been good people, but now because you're treating them as suspicious, they will become, it'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So these are only things just to keep in the back of your mind, but not to really just like show and hold as a guard on outside of you. I hope this makes sense, because this is something, a mindset I struggled with for a long time, but it's really cool once you figure it out. And number 8, don't be too familiar with people. Like I believe in Proverbs, there's a verse that says, like, leave your neighbor's house before he gets tired of you. Like something like that. So, like, don't be too familiar with people. Because, like, if someone is seeing you every day and everything, and this is especially important if you're married, but, like, keep things to yourself. Because the more familiarity, like they say, familiarity breeds contempt. So don't be too familiar. Of course, be loving and present with the person, but it doesn't mean you have to like divulge everything about yourself, your past, everything. Like, it's so important to keep that mystery. So, like, keep some things to yourself, like about your past. Don't like tell everything that you've done. So, like, if you were a champion speech and debater or something, like, and you like won all these things, and you were in this, and you worked here, and you were like, were in college for architecture and drafting and design, and you also worked at real estate, and you also, I don't know, scored super high on your SAT, and you also were like super good at playing like all these instruments, and I don't know, whatever it is for you. Like, don't divulge all those things. Keep the mystery. Like 10 years down the road, let him figure out that you were a champion speech and debater. You know? Like, don't lead with those things. Because all of these things, accomplishments, they only impress women. They don't impress men. So we always try to lead with our accomplishments because we are impressed by them, so we think men are impressed by them too. But they're not. Men and women are completely different. Our brain wiring is completely different. It's completely different what they're impressed in. What men are impressed in is if you are super confident in your body. So we take confidence to mean like everywhere. If you look it up on Google, the number one attractive thing for a woman is confidence. So women think, okay, confidence means I have to like go get a job, go do everything myself, like etc. But what a guy means when he says confidence is that she's just so self-assured. She has her boundaries. She knows them. She is comfortable in her body with all of its flaws. Like, just knows she's a 10 anyways. Yeah, just being like confident in that sense. So, anyways, I wasn't meaning to say that, but I hope that helped one of you guys who needed to hear that. And yeah, just be mysterious, like that scene of the movie I mentioned. It's super alluring and really attractive, even for just friends or family or anyone. Like, we all don't like the person who, you know, in like family get-togethers, all the moms and dads are saying, well, my kid is doing this and is doing this and this and this. And the other one's like, well, my kid is like super good at this and this and this and this. Like, we don't like that, right? Like, all that one-upping stuff. Like, no, just be mysterious. You know, be interested in what the other person is saying. And people really don't care about you. They care about themselves. And so they are the star of their own show. So when you're with them, be a supporting actor in their own movie. So support them. But when you're in your own lane, you're attacking your dreams and going after what you want, you need to be the star of your own life. So step into that star position and let everyone else fall into supporting roles. So definitely do that. And then number 10, no one wants to learn from a disembodied person. So people will ask you for your thoughts once they see, wow, I want to have what she has. But until you are embodied, no one will want to hear your thoughts, hear what you have to say, nothing. Even if it's an amazing diet and everything, until they see it work on you, they're not going to listen when you're just telling them when you first found it out. So keep your mouth shut and your energy to yourself. Protect your energy. And here's a bonus for you since you've made it this far, is be open with God. So then you won't have the need to vent or overshare. So just spend time just telling all your feelings to God and what you're thinking about and your dreams and your plans and your past and what you're worried about and what you're excited about. Have some time every day where you get to do that just in silence, and throughout the day just talk to Him. And then when you're with people, you won't feel the need to have to talk because you already had somebody listening to you who is 1,000 million times better than anyone could ever be for you. So that is something that really helped me, because I always was sharing my problems, and people don't like that. People have their own problems, and yeah, it's the world wants more happiness, but not the more sharing of problems. So when we can do this, this is what will actually help us and will make other people like us too. And so I hope all of this helped you guys of the 10 signs you are revealing too much about yourself and what to do. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.